Hi, I am Noella Wyatt. I have worked with Steve Hackenberger on the Tryon Creek investigations since 2017. Over the past 3 years, I have helped manage the Tryon Creek collection and databases, instructed students regarding the collection, and continued my own research on the site collection. This presentation is on my research examining the projectile points from House 2. For my oral presentation, here is an overview of the sequence I will use to share background, methods, and results of 3 research problems. I have turned my abstract into bullet points for those who may want a summary of main points before I share this oral presentation. Over the course of 10 to 15 years, students have studied the points and their distribution, but I want to complete a definitive analysis based on my own organization of the collection and excavation records, as well as my own observation of each point in the collection. Using my updated database and detailed observations and photographs of each point, I feel we can make more authoritative conclusions about the points and their distribution. Before moving into the analysis of point type distributions, I want to summarize the types of raw material used to make the points. Here is a sample of photographs of complete types of points: side-notched, corner-notched, basal-notched, and stemmed. There are 2 representative of each point type presented. The labels indicate unit number, level number, and artifact number. With this simple bit of information, it is possible to go into the collection and locate an artifact. The lithic collection is stored by level bags, within unit bags, inside inventory boxes. Of the total 126 points, some 100 corner-notched points are mostly made in chert jasper or heat-treated chert jasper. Opal corner-notched points and chalcedony are the next most common. As shown, only 1 black glassy basalt and 2 obsidian points are found. The 100 corner-notched points are evenly distributed by strata, zone, and level, but so are the other point types. This table shows the number of types of points by 10 centimeter levels. The peaks at 4780, 4760, and 4730 represented heavier occupation of the house during the 1,000 years it was in use and reuse. With the combination of existing site records and Mr. Thompson's thesis, it was possible to draw layouts of the various living zones and point locations on top of an outline of the units within House 2. This overview photo shows House 2 under excavation. Some units are opened and others are tarped. Excavators are working in the trench south of the house. The house was filled with 1 meter of sediment and occupation debris dating from 1500 to 500 years ago. I drew and placed the various zones on the outline using Microsoft Word in order to make it easier to differentiate the different types of zones they were color-coded and an altered fill style was used. By designing point graphics in Word, I was able to place the different points by location on the outline, as well as noting the number of points found within that unit. This is an example of distribution of work areas and projectile points 3 meters lower in the site from the previous graphic. As found beginning at the lowest level, corner-notched points are still prevalent. A single side-notched and stem point are also found at this level. To supplement the analysis of point types, I also analyzed the size of the different points according to 4 dimensions: neck width, base width, point length, and point width. There's a tight cluster of both basal notched and corner notched points at basal width 5 to 7 millimeters and neck width 5 to 6.5 millimeters. A cluster of corner-notched points are found at point length 23 to 28 millimeters and point width 14 to 18 millimeters. The cluster at point width 15 to 17 millimeters and neck width 5 to 7 millimeters contains all 4 point types found in this research: stemmed, corner-notched, basal notched, and side notched. For those interested in metric analysis of stone tools and variation in the dimensions of point types, I include this summary. It is up to the reader to review or not review these results. My overall conclusions are that during at least 3 heavier occupations of House 2 between 1500 and 500 years ago, the corner-notch dart and arrow point were the most preferred. The appearance of basal-notched, side-notched, and stem points are probably due to factors such as function and/or trade. There was not a major shift in weapon technology or preference for style for some 1,000 years. This slide is a quick overview of the following slides with work, food processing, and lithic work areas detailed, as well as point placement within the units. There is no further narration for these following slides.